Welcome to whofooadventures.
In this video, we hear Dr. T. Colin Campbell, one of our mentors as we've begun our whole food plant-based journey. He speaks about some of the research, and I really appreciate his scientific approach to the field of nutrition. He discusses some of his early research 40 years ago or more, where they tried to treat cancer with protein. Let's see what he has to say.
Sounds good.
But I'm also still very much aware that there's a lot of people in our country and our societies around the world who don't know about this. And there's reasons for it. In any case, I'm going to be giving 3 lectures, as you can see here. First, talking about what I consider to be the basic foundational research from my point of view that actually got me into reconsidering what I once knew. Secondly, to lead to a new concept. Some of you may know what I'm talking about, because I published a book called Whole. But I really think that this whole idea now, if it's going to be based on science, has got to be raised to a new level. And we're going to be able to do it. And I'll mention that in the second lecture. And then the third one, I want to go back in time to explore why it is that in our society we have not really accepted nutritional science as a professional medical topic. And so I want to talk about that in the third lecture. In any case, there was a study done from India at that time, who were interested in the same sort of question from the laboratory point of view. They knew that there was a compound called aflatoxin, often found in peanuts and that sort of thing, that we knew in those days caused liver cancer. And so they wanted to do an animal study. Such was the reputation of protein in those days. Protein was everything. It could solve all kinds of problems. And so they wanted to do this study to see if, in fact, the high protein diet, 20% of total energy, for example, might give rise, in animals exposed to a carcinogen, that might give rise to less cancer. That was the idea. They were doing a study to propose the thought that more protein would protect against cancer. So they did the study, they got results there. But it was an indication that the higher protein consumption, more cancer. And the effect was big. I mean, it's hard to emphasize any more than in a sense getting 100 to nothing score, if you will. Wow, is this possible that higher consumption of protein could actually cause liver cancer? I don't think you can see that object on the left. But the protein they were using, I was using, all of this is research that more or less using. The protein that we were using is the main protein in cow's milk. I'm sure you get already many of you know where I'm going with this, but that whole possibility was pretty shocking to say the least. Higher protein from milk causing cancer, in a sense. Cancer starts with a genetic mutation, I'm sure many of you know. That's how it starts. Normal cells being mutated, and then going forward, actually with the capability of forming cancer. So here's a little start-off point to show you what happened when we did the study over the first 12 weeks after the mutation had occurred. They all had the same degree of mutation, if you will, in the beginning. So I wanted to just feed protein at the 20% level, or 5%, back and forth. The 20%, as many of you may know, is sort of on the high side for us too. 5% is low. So it's, kind of the extremes in a sense. Not totally, but in any case, so we did this. It turned out that in the first 12 weeks of cancer formation, 12 weeks, that's quite a long time for an experimental animal, by the way, but in any case, the first 12 weeks, the 20% diet was actually creating rather quickly rapid growth of cancer, as you can see there. In turn, the 5% animals, nothing. Both sets of animals exposed to the same level of carcinogen, therefore the same amount of mutation, were different in their response to protein. So we tried this little study here. First, I wanted to alternate it back and forth just to get more confidence in maybe what this was real. So we fed them 20% first 3 weeks. The cancer going quite well, right along that dotted line as expected. We switched it to 5%. Turned it off. Turned it on. Turned it off. That was pretty shocking, pretty convincing too. given some of the other data we had at the time, the idea that we actually turn on and turn off cancer development, albeit in an experimental setting, nonetheless, that extrapolates to all mammals, I should say. I'll come back to that point in a moment, but in any case, we could turn cancer on and off. That was very exciting. And as I look back over the many years, that was, in fact, I think that was kind of a watershed moment in a sense, because that kind of effect would not have been expected. And still today, unfortunately, a lot of people in the cancer community still don't want to accept it. We all have cancer cells, small amounts, albeit, maybe more, in our lifetime, or throughout our lifetime. And the question of what this suggests is the question of whether we do or don't get cancer. It's not necessarily the question of whether we're causing more mutations. It's a question of how we are managing our nutrition to get to that point. So, just to summarize quickly, 2 significant sort of observations that, looking back, really became quite significant for me. Development of cancer can be turned on and off by nutritional needs. Still today, that is a foreign concept for many people in the cancer community, of being able to do that kind of thing. At the moment, just to jump ahead, my youngest son, Tom, who now is a medical doctor, who co-authored the book, the China Study with me, now heads up a program at a major medical center, University of Rochester, where he started to do research on, believe it or not, he's actually doing a study and gotten funding to kick it off the ground, of actually taking one with breast cancer, stage 4 breast cancer, and trying a whole food plant-based on that kind of effort. We don't know.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more Whofoo content.
And for more videos on our holistic cruise and some of the excursions that we take.